To today's stream. Well, welcome to today's really. We're playing, as you can see, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Today, we're going to be finishing up. We have seven people's stories to complete, but we've most, if not all, of the stories. Well, okay, we have more than half of the stories complete. Some of them are really high level too. So, I think we're in a good position to just slam these guys out wherever they may and finish up today. So without further ado, let's just pillars on the street have turned into gunfire that fills the streets of Chicago all day and night. We need to go. We just finished up most, if not all, are over in the east. 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to head to the east coast. Looks like there's not much for us to do in the rest of the United States anymore. We could go to Texas. How about that? We could head over to Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri. I mean, all these places in the middle we haven't gone yet, but there's no people's stories there. So let's just head to the east. I mean, yeah. The ghost that murdered the Cincinnati Orchestra. I don't think so. Chapter 3. Loose with the truth.
Don't you come no closer. I ain't talking to you. I ain't got nothing you want.
Hey there, foxy lady.
Stay back there. I got a gun on me. What are you doing here? I ain't took nothing from you. It was all in the cards. We're square.
Whoa, lady, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Get going. I'm saying well, fine, you just sit there. You ain't got a gun, who am I kidding? You're no threat to me. You're so gentle and gullible, I ain't sure you really even exist. It's true, I hustled you good. I ain't apologizing, we ain't going back. But I'll tell you how the game works if you want. My little favor, sweetheart. Now it's your turn.
Well then.
Scare me like you'd scare a good mark.
Scary story, huh? I wonder if this is scary or exciting. I'm gonna try it for scary.
Sorry, honey, but that just ain't good enough. The sad story is the key of the whole hustle, so you gotta get it right.
It's sad? Wait, that's definitely not a sad story. Come on, guys.
Oh, yeah? And what you gonna say to the cops? This little girl robbed you?
How did you rob me? I don't have anything. I'm a traveling skeleton hobo. Come on, lady.
We were playing cards, sweetheart. and you lost fair and square. And you can't say I cheated, because if you say that, you gotta outline exactly how I did that. And I can see by your face you've no clue.
I don't even think you cheated me. I don't...
And still, cops would rather arrest you for this injury, see? It's still here in my side. I'll tell 'em it was you.
Oh, you.
Now
Sure.
you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
An exciting story. I think that one's hopeful. This one might be exciting. Let's try. Exciting. We might screw this up really bad.
Haha,
This is
good
exciting.
one. Exciting enough to keep attention, but true enough to trick a mark. This country is built on this. It's built on taking. You think I owe you some sort of sorry for this mess? I do not.
I don't. I honestly do not think you owe me anything.
I don't owe you a sorry feeling in my body. I want it from you fair and square.
I agree.
And honest to God, anyone else would shoot you for coming back. This country as it is.
Yeah, no, I agree. Stop threatening me.
Now it's your turn. Scare me like you'd scare a good mark.
Alright. Not mess this one, huh? Scary. First smoker. Oh, that one's scary.
That one ain't bad. When they shiver and shake for you, that's when you know you got 'em.
Okay, we're gonna use wildcards now because I want to finish this up. We need to switch out our stories though.
Oh, come on there. Get over it. I won what I won, and you knew I was a hustler. You knew I was a grifter by nature.
Hey, running with rifles. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good morning, my friend.
You stayed to listen to my stories, and so whose fault is it now that I just gave in to my natural talents and grabbed a little something for myself?
What did you even grab, lady?
Does it hurt a little? I'm sure it does.
I don't think I want to know what she grabbed.
Now it's your turn. Scare me like you'd scare a good mark.
Another scary story. God damn. Lady.
Good one. I think maybe you got the talent for turning the mood, sweetheart. You know, my stepdaddy used to say that the anger is momentary, because tomorrow you realize that what was stolen from you was easily replaceable. We're like these little reminders of materialism, the fluidity of things, the way things shift across the world, you know?
Sounded a lot more violent than you wanted. It's okay, man. It's okay.
I remember he said, "We ain't like the robbers. We don't injure you, put you in a bad place. We just guide it out of your hands so you think for a second it was lost."
They're using the fox because we know her true nature now. She's a foxy lady, I guess.
Now it's your turn. Scare me like you'd scare a good mark.
A scary story. Give me a break. Ugh. The wild card here, come on. There's one, but I don't done yet. Try that. Oh, it's the tail. Okay.
That one ain't bad. When they shiver and shake for you, that's when you know you got 'em.
Gonna have to try again.
Look, I'm a grifter, sweetheart. What did you want me to do? Heck, I even did like you. Don't know what made me play against you, but you know, that kind of thing is precious around here. It's like gasoline. It keeps us going. It keeps us looking at the horizon, makes our bellies scratch for dinner. I'm not a saint, and you knew I wasn't a saint when you came here. Sun's up, so get out. You can see your way to walk, so you ain't got an excuse. It's time to leave. And don't you go where I'm headed. That's my territory next. But, well, Okay, you ain't no competition. You're like a little flower waiting to get cut down by the plow. I hope you've smartened up a bit the next time I see you.
Okay. Alright. We switch out our story. Went into that with an abysmal story. We need Quinn. That'll do it. That'll do. That'll do. That one for a sad story. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. This one is going funny one. I think this one's no. I want that one. Try this one. You want all of our high ranking ones. He's parable. Oh, he's not finished. There we go. These ones are oh no, we want Fidelina's tale. Rose's search. A card. Bunyan. Yeah. Hell yeah, Paul Bunyan. We want the whole. I have no idea what kind of. Titan one. Yeah. Okay. Blues. We can switch. Have another scary one. That one. Scary ones. Leave that one. I think this one is. Okay. I think that's a very good spread. Don't get caught out with them. Turn down the volume. Kind of loud. Hard to tell these things sometimes. Here, this bus stop with an old man who shifts from foot to foot, thumbing his suspenders and watching the passing traffic with anxious focus. Hey, he blurts suddenly, turning toward you. Want to hear a good story? Welcome back, Running with Rifles. Welcome back. With the air of a man who's distracting himself from something, he stumbles quickly through a tale about the cursed idol, confusing himself now and again, backtracking, adding new details out of order. You barely piece the story together. You suddenly realize that he's told you a twisted version of the story about the idol guarded by a talking snake. Changed. A whole new chunks you don't remember. Ooh, the old man insists, turning his wincing eyes back toward the road, and with that, the Hey, is walk through the crocodile-infested swamps, huh? Seems like a good idea. Nothing bad could possibly happen. Yeah. How do I beat this game? You have to collect all the stories of the people. So we have more than half of them. The rest of them are all along the East Coast, so we're working on one of them right now. Chances are darn good we're gonna finish it up today. St. Petersburg. It is a big state. But you can see two fires up. 3 fires, actually. The old man sharing the shade under the bridge alt with you tells a few rambling stories, some true, some conspicuously less so. All true, he shares. There's history in this place, going all back to Indian times. Stuff happens around here. It can all be true. Here it is, he scoffs, and then, as if to prove himself right, he launches into a story about the land-walking fish who delights in forcing innocence into cannibalism. And this one, you know. The story of the pond where swimmers are caught by land-walking fish, wilder and stranger than you were. Know that one? See? The old man laughs. He ain't pulling your leg. It's all true. So the fish is forcing people to be cannibals now, instead of catching and eating them, like... Tallahassee. Is that a story way out there? Ooh. He's looking a bit slim nowadays. Yeah, I know, right? Right. A long, black car growls up in front of this hotel. Out steps a woman in an extravagant hat and coat, followed by a whole crowd of hangers-on. Is she a singer? An actress? You don't recognize her face, but, to your surprise, you recognize the story she's telling. In a sharp transatlantic accent, she's telling everyone at the party a story about the soldier who journeyed 20 years for love. It's clearly the story of the soldier who came home to find his girl getting married in a few interesting ways. That's something. Her various followers agree. He is the driver of the limousine and sweeps into the hotel like a thunderstorm of red velvet. Someone should do a picture about it. Okay, here we go. Dupree, we are finishing. Loose with the truth. Alright, here we go.
You again? Like a thorn in my foot, you chase me down again and again, 'cause you're a poor loser.
Hey, back off, lady.
You got hustled, but we all get hustled, especially gullible mocks like you. So learn the game or it'll happen again. And if you look at it that way, I'm doing you a favor telling you how it works. I mean, what did you expect? I told you I steal. Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
Okay. The devil taken form as a bull, sent to terrorize sinners.
You thrill 'em like that and they'll be all yours, honey. Oh yeah? And what you gonna... We were and you can't... And still, now it's yours.
Okay, we're just gonna finish it up here. I don't have any interest in continuing.
It's just my way, you know. I was shaped by the world, and all I do is reflect the nature of it. You know, wherever you go, I'll be taking a little extra from a stranger. No prejudice. How's that for you?
Alright, Dupree's story is complete. So 1 down, 4 to go. And we have one of them right here to our north. We're gonna collect these stories first, though. Long Panhandle, Florida.
The only place in town that will let you through the door is a smoky windowed lounge, advertising cheap drinks and sweet-voiced singers. When the singer comes on stage, though, something about him seems familiar. The other guests recognize him too. They all bolt out the door. The manager rushes on stage.
This isn't the same guy,
He bellows.
We fired his brother.
You realize This singer is a perfect doppelganger of the one who scrambled your brains with his song.
Nice.
There are a few wild-eyed diehards left near the stage.
We want your brother!
They shout.
I can't do that shit.
The singer protests. Suddenly, his eyes widen, and he points a shaking hand toward you.
But you could do it.
He says.
You got a dose of the good stuff.
I did, huh? I'm pretty sure this whole thing is a dose of the good stuff, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, I'll sing.
You take your place at the microphone. The fanatics gather at your feet. Men and women, old and young, lips parted in sweet anticipation. Sing, they whisper.
This isn't creepy at all.
You're not sure what you sing. It escapes your ears somehow. But while you're on stage, you hold their lives in your fist. They'd take bullets for you. They'd lay themselves down in the river and let you make a bridge of their backs. Is this what performers feel all the time?
No, I don't think they do. Just saying.
As soon as it's over, the feeling's gone, and you won't be getting it back. Something inside you, some chance eclipse of power and opportunity, has shifted out of alignment. The singer pats you nervously on the shoulder. Thanks, the manager whispers.
Hey, where's my money? You didn't give me any money. That's not fair. Not fair at all. Was this Montgomery, Louisiana? Alabama.
A group of men across the street from the jail wave you over.
Thank God you're here.
The man is sweating profusely.
I thought George hadn't come through for us.
Another eyes you appraisingly.
Not much brawn on you. You better have the brains to compensate.
What? What's going on? Guys of definitely not ill repute?
No need to play dumb. It's just us here. We can speak openly.
The sweating man seems impatient.
Your role has changed slightly. You'll still be the distraction, but it's gotten riskier. Davis's fault. We think the guards recognized him.
I'm not.
No time for that.
The sweating man takes charge.
We got the dynamite. We know the timings. The longer we wait, the riskier it gets. You...
He points at you, then down the street.
Make a scene. If you can involve the police, all the better. Then scram.
Okay.
It's too early for the shops to be open, but a car is parked awkwardly outside the grocer's. There are an unusual number of men in the street. Several have the awkward casualness of a policeman trying to look like a civilian.
I'm gonna alert the police.
The conspirators wouldn't guess what you're up to immediately. They won't hear what you say to the cop, only note that you have, briefly, caught all the officer's attention. If you do this right, you can arrange for the criminals to be caught in the act.
We're gonna stumble, grab an arm, and whisper.
The policeman conceals his reaction with false concern. He calls another officer over to help you to a bench. His real instructions are barely audible. 3 officers take a back route to the gang. The cop thanks you before moving to block a potential exit.
Yeah, I thought that the cops were not gonna believe me and then beat me with the batons.
In front of the cops is a sturdy house. It is neatly shut up, and there is an undisturbed layer of dirt on the front porch. Crack, There must be someone inside.
And to investigate.
No one responds to your knock, and the door is locked. But a barrel below the window affords easy access inside. As you poke your head in, there's a whistle, and a rope catches your neck.
Move, and we'll choke you.
Why would you stick your head into a window? Oh my god. Stay still.
Listen up. You're gonna go, and you're never gonna come back, and you're not telling anyone about us.
The person speaking jerks the rope around your neck for emphasis.
Stop it!
Someone else shouts.
I said, I'm not staying if you hurt people.
That's the second voice. No, it's a child.
If we don't keep our home secret, how are we going to be safe?
Another child, a boy. You slip the noose off while they fight.
We're gonna greet them.
The girl glances at her sullen companion before addressing you.
I'm very sorry, but you're not welcome. We don't allow adults here. Adults cannot be trusted.
She reaches for your hand.
If you promise not to tell anyone where we are, we'll let you go unharmed. Thank
All right.
you. You're all right, I reckon.
The girl smiles.
Good luck on your travels.
The boy sticks his chin out.
If you tell anyone, I'll get you.
The girl sighs.
If you tell anyone, we'll have to live in the woods.
She explains.
Weird. Alright, what do we got? Shaw, Chapter 2.
I suppose most expect a Negro to end up in prison. Yeah, there's two kinds in my estimation. There's a prison with bars, where they lock you up after they decided you'd done a crime. And there's also the prison without bars, as everywhere else, if you look hard enough. So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
Okay. Ghost of a woman executed in Paris.
I hear you.
Hear me,
I
huh?
felt some strange sadness, yes. When you get a glimpse of real freedom after being away from it for so long, you forget what it was. That can break you. But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
Another sad story. Tragic story. I don't... Apple planter? That's a sad story, if that's what he wants. It says tragic, not sad.
Body
Okay,
and
that
soul.
worked.
My heaven? Strange story there. No, it don't feel good to live under the boot of the law. But you get used to it. And sometimes, you find yourself missing it. So how about a scary tale? We're here at a campfire in the dead of night after all.
After all. Fairy tale. Wait. I thought that this one was the sad one. This one. Story of the camo, which revealed he will soon die. Probably scary. I would think it was scary.
Well, well,
Scary.
you're good at telling these. My face. Well, there come a time you ask the Lord for so much, you just stop asking altogether. You know any good scary stories? Or see something spooky on your way?
You're gonna leave. You got, yeah. Maxed out on this one.
Here's the sun. I got to go. My road takes me up this way, but if we meet again, I'll be glad to talk.
Alright.
What is a man owed in this life, do you think? I never never think I ask or want for much. Just food, shelter, fair pay for honest work.
Man ain't owed nothing.
Is it selfish? I truly have to wonder. Is it selfish to feel like you're owed anything at all? Even that. Tell me, brother, what was it that you wanted? What did life bring you instead?
Okay, southwest. We'll finish this guy up. A couple more stories, looks like. Mobile, Alabama. Big old plantation
The
mansion.
girl looks at you with suspicion. The scrawny chicken just looks at you.
Did Mama send you? She wants to take Jacqueline, but I won't let her.
Jacqueline?
She bobs the chicken.
Mama says she's only good for meat now and she stopped laying, but she's my best friend.
She squeezes the bird to her chest. It bops her chin with its beak. A tall woman comes out of the house and walks toward you. Jacqueline squirms nervously.
Is that her?
The girl takes a step back.
Give me the damn bird, Nance,
The woman says. Nance gasps.
This stranger wants to buy her.
She blurts. Her eyes beg you to play along.
That's right. Jacqueline, right? That's the bird's name?
The girl's face lights up. Jacqueline balks happily. Her mother looks suspicious, but takes your money.
More'n that bird was worth to us.
The girl takes your hand.
Thank you. You'll take care of her?
Until I get hungry. That's so rude. Nah.
You set off on your way, Jacqueline tucked under one arm. She grows increasingly restless the further you venture. Finally, her wriggling is too much. You set her down on the road. She charges back the way you came. Some friends just can't be parted.
Okay. Hi, chicken.
The pup is a skinny thing, but its eyes are bright, its fur is shiny, and its tail thumps the ground eagerly at your approach. It won't come at your call. Instead, looks around as if worried that acknowledging you would mean betraying another.
Huh?
The dog isn't tied up or injured. Must be well trained to sit so patiently. With a noise between a huff and a bark, it bounces to its feet when a small boy comes into sight. The child is ill-dressed and dirty, and grinning like a fiend.
Lion, you're so good.
Where you head?
He shrugs.
Dunno, really. Wherever our feet take us.
He scratches Lion's chin. The dog quivers with pleasure.
Lion's a circus dog. I was thinking about finding him a town, trying to earn money showing his tricks, but I don't think he'd be happy.
Hey, you want to show us a trick?
The boy inflates with pride.
All right. He won't get shy as there's just us.
He turns to Lion and looks deep into the dog's eyes.
Lion, please will you find me a hat?
The dog scampers away. A hat?
Lion can fetch anything. He understands lots of words.
The boy shrugs.
Mainly he fetches stuff I can sell. It's a living. We never take anything important.
His expression is guilty, but not repentant.
Oh, you're a very clever boy.
The boy grins. Barking announces the return of Lion. He's got a fedora on his head.
Uh-oh. A fedora.
It's tilted rakishly.
He's got
The
a fedora
dog
on his head.
scampers to its owner, who transfers the hat from Lion's head to his own.
Isn't he good? We'll get by. There's nothing we can't do together.
A fedora. Uh-oh. Some neckbeard's gonna be angry. Good lion. Let a puppy like that. Oh, chapter 3, Promised Land Calling. Ooh.
When they let me out, I needed work. Weren't too particular to staying in Alabama after I seen the way those men's eyes went looking at me. My son was headed up to Chicago, and I wrote him a letter.
Hey. Multi-winged heron person.
He made it sound like a paradise. Money falling out of your ears up north. Money spilling out of your pockets. White men who actually met your gaze and said hello, he told me. And at that, I laughed.
He's got overalls on. 1, 2. Where's the third one? Oh, I don't see no.
As I made my way to Chicago, I felt a bit like Moses, if I'm honest. I felt as if the country was splitting to make a path for me. A path to a new life. But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
Bad story, huh? Yeah. The Jersey Devil. I think it's a scary story.
Come on, you can't shock me.
I don't know what it is. Sometimes I use it as scary and it doesn't work, and sometimes I use it as sad and it doesn't work.
Sadness. Well, it only starts to hurt when you stop and think a while. Best to keep walking till you don't feel anything at all.
I don't know about that.
So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
All right. We're gonna use our wild cards here. We're gonna get the story finished.
Body and soul.
Body and soul.
I've been traveling a while now. They don't tell you what happens to your feet after walking. They don't tell you how they start to look, feel, smell. Like lumps of meat and leather, all tangled up. But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
This one. This is a sad one, right? Here. Point me.
I hear you. Authority. Yeah. The whites up north would greet you by name. Until they thought you were getting too familiar. Then they let you know just where you belong. So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
One for words, are you? Wild cards, let's go.
I hear you. My past. You think I wasted my life? I'm not sure anymore. As a young man, I thought I fought for something righteous. Now, Lord, who knows? So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
Really like those sad stories. Gonna keep using our wild cards.
Body and soul.
Boom, finish.
My future? After I decided to leave Chicago, I don't know. I knew I'd be walking forever. That was the only thing keeping me from laying down to die. And that's how I got here. Still wandering, still looking. Maybe somewhere out there's a promised land. But I ain't seen it. Have you?
Nah, not really.
It's nice to sit and talk a while on occasion. But the way you're looking, it tells me you got somewhere to be.
Promised land is wherever you want it to be, buddy.
Why don't you go on then? And if you end up in that promised land, then send for me after.
Yeah, sure. If I find milk and honey just sitting around, I'll let you know. Hey. Awesome. Oh, I don't know. Get another wild card going on here. Yeah, okay, let's go to New Orleans. I want to see what's over there. Maybe catch a train. Head up to Alabama. Also need to head over to North Carolina, all the way up to Michigan. Yeah, Alabama's the next one. Maybe we can catch a train there. Who knows? It'll be the first time on a train. New Orleans. The French Quarter is overwhelming. You loiter in the shadow of a building that looks like a layer cake and watch the crowds go.
Lenny's Antiques has a heady smell. Polish, maybe, or incense. Sunlight doesn't penetrate the blacked-out windows. The place is crammed with furniture and curios. The woman behind the counter beckons you over.
I know the look of you. I know what you're here for.
Oh, what might that be?
She sets a tray on the counter. On it sits a hodgepodge of stitched leather pouches of various shapes and sizes. Some have neck or wrist straps looped through them. She waves a hand across the display.
Good luck charms.
Oh, that's such a scam. Thanks.
Her eyes narrow.
No one comes in here to turn me down.
She moves as a whirlwind. She grabs you and pulls you in.
What?
You wake up in the street as the sun dips below the horizon. Your right palm stings. It's smeared with blood from a recent cut. In your other hand, you hold one of the pouches.
Ooh. Well then. Go onto the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Digging holes. Not what you had in mind, but damn, they're digging a lot of holes in this park. Foreman assigns you to a work group of other disheveled men and women and sends you off to dig a pit by the water fountain. That's... Foreman keeps coming by to ask what you found. At one point, you dig up something suspiciously bone-like, and everyone gets really excited. Part in the foreman's hands, though. Just a rotten stick. Damn. By nightfall, your many holes have turned up nothing interesting. Pays out pretty well. Chicago. Ooh. Denver, Colorado, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Shoot. Philly. Chicago might be a good place to get this late. We're just gonna go northeast. I guess we're just gonna walk northeast. I wanted to take the train. Alright, we're walking across gator infested swamps right now, so watch out. Another big plantation. What do we got?
He spent a half hour filling you in on his plans to drive coast to coast. Enthusiasm radiates off him. When he talks, you hear the blare of the motor, feel the wind ruffle your hair, taste the tang of oil on the breeze. But why he dresses like a racer is beyond you.
Beyond you, dude. You gotta dress the part. Are those gloves deerskin?
Of course. Where's the joy in driving if you don't look the part?
He slips off a glove and has you
Told you.
feel how soft it is.
Driving really is the only way to travel.
Yeah, I prefer to walk.
There's a beat of silence. He smiles awkwardly, like he doesn't agree, but doesn't want to gainsay you.
If you're ever along the Mother Road, keep an eye out for me.
Yeah, can I see your car?
He laughs.
Oh, friend, I would love to show you, but that's for another day.
He strolls off, whistling. The woman seated on a nearby step croaks a laugh.
What's so funny?
She shakes her head.
Factory's never gonna reopen. He'll never get the money. He'll never get his damn car.
She chuckles.
Hadn't dampened his spirits none. Spent his last cent on those ridiculous clothes. That coast-to-coast trip is all he can talk about.
Ah, poor guy. Those skinny. Oh, actually I do. Upgrade of a story. I wonder which upgrade it is. Long black limousine, yep. Girl with a basket of kittens turns into a witch girl and her kitten from years. Althea, Chapter 2, Friend of the Devil.
Giving up is its own peculiar kind of joy. Ain't nothing like it. No man so good, no smoke so deep. When the devil found me, I was on the edge of that cliff. He had seen deep inside me. He knew, and we made a deal. I'm in the mood for a good, hopeful story. You got any?
Lady, made a deal with the devil? Oh boy. Hopeful story. That's a good hope. Do it. Do it.
It's good to light the darkness every once in a while. Past me. She was a beautiful one. I made myself look like a lady. I bought dresses and jewels. I had my hair done every day, my short nails buffed so they shine. I was beautiful once. You can't tell, but I was beautiful once. Tell me a story to make me laugh. I could use a chuckle.
Hey, you know, the body music team. Do that.
Ain't that a chuckle?
Damn straight.
I thought it was joy I was feeling back then. When the devil took something out of me, I felt something like happiness. I'd been given so many promises by then. I knew this was the only way to make it all happen. Ooh, you got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
Yeah, I got plenty of those. Oh boy. This one. Exciting. Paul Bunyan. Oh, we could have done the jackalope.
Well, you know some wild ones. I like that. I don't own much. My body's mine, but it ain't got nothing in it. It ain't no home. When I wasn't singing and playing, I felt nothing. And so I filled that nothing with plenty of other things. A river of whiskey. a lover's body, cigarette smoke.
Wasn't singing.
There was nothing beneath the skin after I met the devil. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Ah, lady. Good. You good.
Ah, the sun is up. One more night gone. I'm headed down the road this way, but maybe we'll see each other again. And I'll tell you about how it all went wrong. Thought it would last forever.
Well, you made a deal with the devil, so I have a guess.
You understand, I was not just a star. I was an inventor. No one played guitar like me. No one. I deserved what I had.
No one played guitar.
I thought it would last forever. It should have.
Okay, so we need to head west. Yoink. Look at that, it's just across the town. Does not move very far, does she? This farmer is loitering beside a couple crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for a pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? He starts telling you about the astronomer who found a new star every time he looked to heaven. It takes a couple minutes, but you recognize the story about the man who discovered Pluto. Whoever told it to the farmer changed, well, a lot, but it's still pretty good. You hear that story? I can't remember, he says. I've known it for years, since I was a boy, for sure. That can't be right. You thank him for his story and start to mosey off down the road. Keep cool, friend, he calls after you. Althea, Chapter 3, Shadows in the Flames. Oh boy.
There's a song called Good Rockin' Tonight, written by Roy Brown. When I heard it, I thought, there ain't nothing special.
Oh, this is an interesting one. She's a statue with a guitar, and you got the devil behind her. Like a snazzy fellow. Interesting.
Sounds like a gospel, but it's about making love. Ain't the sort of thing they play on the radio. Then I heard it again. Wynonie Harris sang it. Then it was something else. Then I knew exactly the deal Wynonie made. I'm in the mood for a good, hopeful story. You got any?
Hopeful story, huh? Can find one. Here we go. It doesn't have a wild card. Girls who search for haunted houses.
It's good to light the darkness every once in a while. Love? What? You need a soul to love? I don't think I'm capable of it anymore. Ooh, you got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
Excitement? Well, yes, I do. That one. Jack Rabbit and the cat. Running around. Jack Rabbit has antelope antlers, though.
Well, you know some wild ones. I like that. I'll tell you about my home. I sleep in a one-room apartment. My mattress is dirty. The windows are drafty. My cabinets are empty. Ooh, now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
Hey, the lady with her head cut off.
I'd drink to that. Sadness. Well, you ever wake up already silently screaming in your head? Have you ever begged for 10 cents? You ever bite your nails to the quick? You ever look at a flower and hate it? Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Okay. Land-walking fish who delights in forcing innocence into cannibalism.
Oh, that's a scary one. Traps. This life is a prison. And sometimes I laugh because I made it. I made this whole world, and now I'm trapped in it. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Okay, since she's already full up, let's try and some of these other ones we don't use often. This one. Missing people. Strange lights.
Ooh, now. That sends shivers up my spine. Travel. I've seen all of this country, and now I'm done. My bones, my skin, it's done. I feel heavy in my body now. I just want to rest. So I lay me here, guitar in one hand, bottle in the other. I wanted to be the best blues singer in the world, but the world left me. The devil don't give even deals. He knows you better than you know yourself. The devil gave me everything, but he took everything too. There's no running left in me. Don't weep for me. I will die here. Those young bucks, they don't even know why they strum like that now. Listen here, it was me. It was me who made this world. That's all I have now, and I need you to know this. I made the world that ruined me. So are we done here? I done laid myself bare for you. That's all there is to me now. My drink, my smoke, my guitar, my gutted body. You got something to say to me, or am I gonna have to play it out of you?
Damn. That was something. Okay. I see. I thought here like a campfire. Yeah, we got 4 more to go. And we got one all the way up here in Michigan. Got one there up in New York. And last one is in North Carolina. I guess we should head on to the east.
Well, I'm gonna scroll my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna dig in.
Bottles on its branch. Vulgar ghost trapped in a bottle. Alright, where the hell are we? Gotta head east. On the other side of these mountains. Somehow we gotta get into North Carolina. Can I go this way? I don't think so. I'm gonna try. Oh. Oh, we can't. Ah. I don't think I've ever gone on mountains. Oh, okay. So, depends on how tall the mountain is. You can go in the valleys. Charlotte, North Carolina. Music teacher with body songs turned into singers who sing their... Oh no, went too fast. Hey, chapter 2.
Oh, it is a good day to see you, child. Just need a little company is all. Led a celebration of life today. Young man, 17, maybe 18. Closed casket. They did that boy wrong, they did. I suppose I'm glad I gave his family a little hope, at least. You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
I've seen a lot of exciting stuff. Try this, Jackrabbit again. Going with this one.
I swear I ain't heard a story good as that in a long minute. This country, listen, I saw his face, I opened the lid, and saw what they did. A country that lets the men who did that to him live full, happy lives. That country ain't no home. Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
Missing people. Try that one.
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet. As a traveling man, I don't do funerals often. See, the burying is one thing, but the real service you provide is in the weeks to come as mourners turn over in their sleep and doubt creeps in. I know that pain intimately. Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary, just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
Thrilling story. Okay, that's legendary Gwen Mitchett, the richest and most ruthless bootlegger ever. It's like the first story we've ever gotten.
You've got a pretty wild life, you know that? Authority? Each day people want different things from God. When I step up to the pulpit, I always need to decide which Jesus I will bring with me. Anger in the temple? Kindness to his cruelest captors? No, today it was the Jesus in the garden. Confused, desperate for assurance, doubtful. The most human the divine ever was. Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary, just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
Yeah, you can say that. The thrillings. Huh? Go spill. Cowboy, you tamed the wind.
I swear I ain't heard a story good as that in a long minute. Freedom? I get angry, I do. Furious. All that talk of huddled masses yearning to be free, but when I look at that boy's parents, they ain't yearning for freedom. All they want is their damn boy back. You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Call it a night. Because he's already all fully trusted.
I've got to go now, friend. Headed to a congregation over this way. Long walk alone, and this boy won't leave my head. And I keep thinking, I left America when I was his age. Lied on forms. Told him I was 25 when I was 17. I'd heard that 369th Infantry Regiment needed a chaplain, so I told him I was a preacher. Don't get me wrong, I believed fervently, but I wasn't no reverend. I just memorized a few verses, some psalms, enough of the commandments to make them think I was a true man of God. Oh, my proud, arrogant lips.
We go north now. All right, I see some new story. Interesting. Where are we? Northeast now. We changed to a different cultural area. Into North Carolina.
I'm gonna scroll my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground. 'Cause when that ferryman comes for to tally up my worth, I won't leave much to find that can be found.
Walking Willis turned into Walking Willis, a man who walked through every town in the state. Sounds like Forrest Gump.
Low tide on a moonless night. This beach is long, stretching toward a receding sea. In the darkness, the sand seems coarse and gray, alien. The stars are dim and distant.
Look to the horizon.
It outshines the stars with its presence, a streak of sickly colored light, leaving a trail of distorted fire. It slowly creeps along the sky like a vast worm, though you know that, given the distance, it must be moving at great speed.
Keep looking.
Its parabola heads south to north. In the far distance, just for a second, a boardwalk town is engulfed in light. With a rumble, its street lamps and windows dim, then go dark. All that you can see emanating from there is an otherworldly color that you can't quite name.
Ooh.
Muddling through the dark, you stumble into the path of the white deer. Its beauty strikes you at once. It is something otherworldly, beyond borders, a moon swimming in the void. Human shouts not far away break the spell. The deer's ears prick up. This thing is being hunted.
Help it out.
You know a way out of here. As the hunter's cries get louder, you approach the deer carefully, palms outstretched. As you grow close, your features become clearer in the light of the deer's aura. It bolts into the path of an oncoming train.
Oh no. Damn. To me, Chapter 3, Uncertain Pains of Hell.
Fine, fine. I'll tell you about Paris.
It's not transforming it. There's 4 chapters here.
I was with the 369th Infantry Regiment. Maybe you heard of us by our other names. The Black Rattlers, the Men of Bronze, the Harlem Hellfighters. That was us. Fighting because we thought it might show white folk that we were Americans too. What a joke. The Army wouldn't even lead us. Gave us to the French. Not the first time America traded black bodies, I suppose.
Ooh, throwing that shade.
Hey, do you have any spooky campfire tales? Feels appropriate out here, right?
Lots. This is a good old fish.
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet. Traps? I heard it from them white boys sometimes, how the trenches was a trap. They say this is the safest place for us, but we die here too. Well, some of us didn't have the luxury to complain from a bunker. Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
Another scary story? A creature with black fur in Detroit that demanded respect from travelers? First smoker who haunts those who travel alone. Ah. There's no flashlights or I would be holding one up to my
You
face
got me
right
for a second with that one. You know, I saw a lot of death in France, friends and enemies both. But none of it mattered as much as seeing Pops die in the rain when I got back. Anyway, tell me a tragic story, something with true grief.
Alright. The yellow scarf. We all know what the story is. She needs
God's
to keep the
cruel
scarf on her
sometimes,
head.
ain't he? The war's over, but the sadness, well, for a while, I stayed in touch with the soldiers I'd served with. But most of them, these days, they're more interested in drinking that old scrap iron now than in reminiscing. So I figure best to let them be. Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
Another story. God. Food. Have that many scary stories. Come on. Sugarcane farmer who killed a cutter every night to ensure a good harvest.
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet. Choice? I chose. Call me a liar all you want. But for the men in that unit, I learned to be the preacher they needed. Ain't no way the Lord gonna punish me for helping my brothers in need.
Damn straight.
You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Gonna leave.
Ah, night's over. Well, I've got to get walking. My journey takes me up this way. What is it the paper they gave me said? Chaplain James Coates displayed gallantry in administering to the wounded under terrific fire, exposing himself at all times to reach their sides.
Why are you asking me, guy? It sounds like you memorized it.
Fraudulent love is what that is. Yeah, they gave us a Sunday parade when we came home, but by noon on Monday, we were niggers again.
Way across the water. Water crossing. Yeah. Seriously? Just walk across the Ohio River. Fun. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna catch a ride. Right on the scene. Okay. Take me across the river, please. Oh, that car went to Washington. You see how this works now? Cars just keep going around in circles. Keep going. Cincinnati, Ohio. Have we been to Cincinnati yet? Seems like. Flights that abduct travelers. Yeah. We have been here. Columbus, Ohio. Another upgrade. All right. Jimmy, chapter 4, Broken Ink. Oh,
Let me
whoa.
level with you, friend. Ain't sure there's a me no more.
You've got Angel Jimmy here fighting with Mortal Jimmy. Interesting. I like it.
I'm Baptist when I need to be Baptist. I'm Methodist when I need to be Methodist. Even been Catholic once or twice. I'm so interested in what y'all need, I can't quite put a finger on what it is I believe these days.
You know what, buddy? Your beliefs transcend any form of religion.
See, I ain't a preacher, I'm a grifter. Only thing is, can't quite tell if I'm proud or ashamed of that fact. Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary, just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
Yeah, man. Looking for something exciting? All bunny.
You've got a pretty wild life, you know that?
Yep, I sure do. I'm a skeleton.
People will tell you that the difference between a house and a home is a human touch, or familiarity, or love. But all that's wrong as sin. The real difference is that you can leave a house whenever you want, but the responsibility inherent in a home just won't let you go. And I've given myself a very big home. Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
Do we decide if this was scary or sad? I don't remember. Go with this one. We know this one's.
Oh, you got me for a second with that one. Traps, I saw it in Pops. I saw it in the generals of Europe. I see it daily in businessmen and politicians and artists too. The self is the biggest trap there is. Don't fall in. You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Buddy. Okay. The bear that eats the rich is an exciting story, even though it is a terrifying story.
I swear I ain't heard a story good as that in a long minute. Death, every time I leave a congregation behind, whatever man I'd been in that place dies.
Can't see my mouse cursor. Go on here. Did I break something? Hold up. There we go.
I don't mind that too much though. Just an opportunity to get a new face ready for the next church. Can't have a resurrection without death, right? Hey, do you have any spooky campfire tales? Feels appropriate out here, right?
Yeah, except for I can't. Where's my mouse cursor? Yeah. Blast it. Bad. On here. Okay, I guess I have to do this. I'm gonna use the controller for now. Scary, huh? Scary. Yeah.
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet. Fortune, let me level with you, child. Ain't no hell bigger or hotter than the belief that all of this is for some greater good. Hey, do you have any spooky campfire tales? Feels appropriate out here, right?
Straight it does. Okay. Alan Spooky. Really need to do any of these. But this one, see if it upgrades.
Tearjerkers need a little more truth in them, I think. There are two sorts of freedom. There's freedom to do the things you want, dance and sing and love and move and every other blessed thing. And then there's freedom from fear, from unkindness, from violence undue. Even those of us with the first freedom, we don't always have the second. Before you go, I just need you to know, at the end of the day, I am a hopeful man. It might not be the next stop on the journey or the one after that, but we are on a journey to a better America. Only thing is, I don't think I have the strength to walk much further. So walk for me, all right?
All right, buddy.
Walk far.
Nice. Okay, I need my cursor back. There we go. We're gonna head up north to Michigan. Oh. Is there an upgrade? Oh, there is. Can't miss those. Girls who searched for haunted houses is now the girls who could talk to the dead. Oh my. Another story way out here. Wow. So I like how Mexico exists and it's a place you can walk to, but Canada doesn't. Where did you go? Did Canada not exist in Depression era United States? New? Oh boy. There is no Canada. I mean, it says there's a Canada. We can see there's no. Let's see if we go down here to Mexico. We definitely could go to Mexico here. But nope. Canada. Oh, actually, I see Canada out there. Oh boy.
A Chevrolet idles outside a dusty filling station. A man bends over the radiator, sweat beading on his face. Two girls in matching flower sack dresses sit beside the car. The man looks up as you approach.
Got a moment to help me fill the radiator?
I mean, joining the girls sounds like a better idea, but...
Sure do appreciate it,
The man tells you.
It's a wonder we get anywhere, what with the goddamned radiator always breaking. Third town in a week. I keep looking for work, but haven't found anything.
He shrugs.
Gotta be jobs somewhere, right?
Yeah, we find odd jobs here and there.
He laughs and claps you on the back with one grease-streaked hand.
Of course there is. Not in the next town and the one after that. There was nothing at home for my girls. I didn't want them growing up like that.
The radiator is full.
Maybe I'll see you up the road a ways.
Okay. Pretty basic story. Alright, here we go. One of the dudes that annoys me the most in this game. Cassidy, Chapter 3, On the Country Mile.
I'm glad to see you. It's some powerful coincidence that we meet again, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
We're lucky to build a story like this of our times meeting together. The other trip, my journey across the country with Silas, that's the only other story of travel I have.
God, you and Silas, I swear to God.
Such a huge story, so clear and purposeful. It shines like a light. I'm just the moth that orbits it. Alone, out here. I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
Yeah, sure. Wait, a lot of stories on this.
I like that one. Makes me feel the way Silas used to in the old days. My love. Did I overwhelm him? Was it too much for his delicate
What's
soul
burning, buddy?
to be caught up in the storm of my love? My desire to have him, own him, make him a part of myself.
Well, there's your problem. Come on, dude.
I dearly wish he felt the same way about me, but I'm not sure that he ever did. It may have been that he just enjoyed the flattery of my worship.
Probably. He sounds like a slut.
And, you know, I was far from the only one who thought of him that way. I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face. Can you think of any like that?
Maybe. Family who were so strong, a newborn baby
That's
to
a
sort
good
the
one.
house.
We do reach up like that, towards hope. Who's my family now? I tried to get on with a few other people. Writers and poets and artists. Types that are supposed to have certain things in common. But I was never accepted into artistic communities. I was too unwilling to put up with all of the bullshit. It went both ways. I tend to annoy other writers for some reason. So I only ever had that one little group. Them and, of course, all the hobos and bums of the world. Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
No, get the fuck out of here.
It was a hell of a time, that trip I took with Silas. Train hopping, hitchhiking, walking, whatever we could do to get across the country. We talked to everyone. Bums and hobos, machinists and librarians, waitresses and cops. We wanted them to show us who they were. Now it's gone, done, in the past. But that's not something I should be mourning, is it? It's something I should be celebrating. My next walk takes me up the road this way. Where does your road take you?
God. This guy, Cassidy, annoys me the most out of everybody in this game. It just annoys me even more that he had to walk all the way across the ocean. Lake, rather. Cross country simulator. Gaga. I'm with the garbage plate. Oop, almost missed it. Story upgrade. What do you got? Red creature with a black fur in Detroit. You turn into the Nain Rouge of Detroit. I think it's Nain Rouge or Nain Rogue. Hard to tell. Alright, Cassidy. Here's your trick. Get over yourself. Chapter 4.
You want to know something funny? I've been misguided the whole time I've been speaking with you.
I don't know if I would go with this imagery. I feel like it would be a dude shackled or something like that. But it's not too bad. Thunderstorms up in his face.
I was in the library in Seattle and I found Ovid's Remedia Amoris, The Cures for Love. There's a part where he specifically advises against traveling alone to overcome a heartbreak, which is exactly what I've been doing for so long. I laughed, a wild, bestial laugh. They came over and kicked me out. You never know what you'll come across when you read whatever you can. Alone, out here. I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
Hopeful. That's a hopeful story. It's also got a wild card, so find one that's a hopeful story without having a wild card. Like, this one would be a good one. Exciting, scary, funny, sad. Funny, scary. I don't have any idea. Scary, hopeful. Okay. I think using one of the wild cards on this one would be best.
I like that one. Makes me feel the way Silas used to in the old days. I'm done looking for family. It's best not to get too attached to any one group of people. In the end, you'll feel betrayed.
Okay.
I'm not a misanthrope, though. I say only that it's best to keep your expectations in check.
Then why don't you say that?
There's nothing wrong with being alone, either. It can be nice to be free of ties to others. Do you know any stories that will make me laugh? A tall order, I know.
I like how the microphone was changed between those recordings. Something that'll make you laugh. I think using another wild card. Simple.
Oh, I like that one. Very, very clever. For a long time, suffering and wretchedness was all I could see. It hurt my work. It's a blinkered view. I'm struggling to see past the storm clouds of my own mental state. Too many sad words and they just flop around and die on the page. If I can recapture some of the highs and pair them with the lows, then I might be getting somewhere. I need an optimistic story right now.
Okay, optimistic. Oh man. Let's do this one. It says a cursed travelers,
That's a good
but
one.
it's actually
We do reach up like that towards hope. The future. I don't know what's to come after all this, but at the moment I can't bring myself to care. The whole time I wandered alone, I lived in the past and put all of my hopes in something yet to come. I need to let go of all of that. I've decided there's no such thing as the future. It's a healthier way to go about this business of living. Alone, out here. I spend too...
Another hopeful story, huh? Hey, August Tale. Another wild card. Let's do it.
That's a good one. We do reach up like that
There we
towards
go.
hope. Maybe Silas thinks of me sometimes, of our past together. I hope he does. I'll be disappointed if he's really moved on, if he doesn't give his time with me another thought. I like to imagine him sitting there with Pauline, going on about something, wishing he were listening to me instead. Is that so wrong? I'm sure I won't always be this philosophical about it. Sometimes I want to hear a...
Sadness, huh? You want to do sadness. Let's try. We don't really know. Example, this one. I think it's scary, but let's see.
Well, I can find that kind of movie theater story at any stop along the road. It's normal to ponder fortune. It's natural to wonder what things would be like if you'd been luckier somehow. Silas would say, luck doesn't exist. Everything you experience now is based on your past karma.
Kind of. I mean, that's pretty deep. Everything you experience now is based on, yeah, kind of, sort of, past actions.
Whatever the reason is, though, it's pointless to dwell on. We can't go back in time and change what led us to be in the situation we're in now.
True.
We can only try for something better starting from now.
You can think about the past and fix actions in your future.
When we first met, I asked you why you were on this road, but I was the one who really didn't know why I was out here. Now I'm off again. This time, to find a place to stay a little while. Not sure where that'll be just yet. I only know I want some place where I can see the water and watch trains go by. Even at rest, I still need to be near things in motion. They say the Dharma will end, like all things, and the time of its ending has already begun. So what is there for us in this world? Why should we stick it out here? I don't have a great answer to that, but I feel better than I did before. I loved Silas. I still love him. Love him like nobody else. But everyone goes their separate ways in the end. We all have to wander. See you around.
Ugh. That was painful. Get another wild card in there. Alright, so we need to head back east. Let's see what. Sure. Nope. Yeah, nope. And Miami, next to Boston. Kind of. Chicago. Fuck. This. Okay, so. The Faye. And I think Boston. Yeah. Alright, not too bad. What I thought. Okay, so we need to head west. Get that guy. We need to head south. Those are the last two we got. We need to head west. Nice. What was I saying? Alright, we're on our way. Let's look for upgrades to our stories first. Oh, is that story? No. Hallucinating, apparently. Oh, there's one. My home city of New York. Well, state. You missed some stories.
The man is the color of mill dust. His smile creases his face like folds in dough. He gestures you inside the dilapidated structure and shouts over the sound of driving wheels.
You're welcome to sleep here. You don't want to rest by the river. Not in the evening. Insects.
The man shoves the broken door closed behind you. The mill is warm, and the air is heavy with the powder kicked up by your entrance. You realize how easy it would be to drift off on this pile of sacks to the loud but constant sound of the grinding wheels.
I'll probably regret it, but let's go to sleep.
Pain sears your spine. Why did you sleep at this ridiculous angle? Your back complains from being draped over the millstone. That's good the mill is totally abandoned. Its works long ago disconnected, or your legs would have been pulverized. The man is gone. This is not a place to linger.
Yeah, no shit. The creepy mill. Yeah, I'd say so. Look, we can go to Canada. Cool.
At the end of a low-lit, smoky bar, a young man is recounting a story to a woman whose dark pin curls bob with every fascinated nod of her head. He nonchalantly waves the .38 special he's holding.
From the bank.
Is pitched high enough for half the bar to hear.
You know, some trigger safety would go a long way.
The bartender rolls her eyes. No one seems particularly bothered by the storyteller or his weapon. You catch snippets of his tail as he waves his hands.
Farm. Everything will be all right now. Just a little robbery.
Stand out.
I don't think of it as stealing. Just righting a wrong. The bank took Dad's money and we're going to take his land. Now he can pay him and stay where he is for as long as he wants. It happens to be with the bank's own money. Even better.
The woman's curls bounce as she shakes her head. A half-hearted protest undercut by her laughter.
I gotta lie low for a bit,
he says.
When I'm back, we can get married. Start a family of our own.
Maybe everything will work out for these two. Maybe.
I'll think no. No, it will not, because he's playing her. Look, you can see my house from here. This is around where I grew up. Probably that tree right in front of me. Oh, I just walked on our house. No! Buffalo. Yes, indeed. Home of buffalo wings. Believe it or not, they started out here in Buffalo, New York. Yep, house is definitely.
Workers cluster outside a dilapidated church. A heavy-set man sings a work song as he swings his sledgehammer down on a broken retaining wall. His voice builds a rumbling harmony with the splintering stone. A burly man rests calloused hands on his idle jackhammer, rapt.
Ask about the singing.
The man leaning on the jackhammer nods. Hadn't heard him sing before. This is his church. He grew up here. Got married here. His dad's buried out back. I'm here to feed my family. I don't care how I do it. And he's providing for his family and building him a future, too. The policeman minds you for news from anywhere but here as his radio burbles. You catch a snippet
Armed robbery in progress at...
before he turns it down.
That sounded important.
He waves a hand.
Yeah, it's just Willie. Every month after his paycheck goes in, he marches into the bank with his 45 and demands cash. Candace gives it to him and deducts it from his account later.
What? What? That's... Stop him?
What? Do I send him up to county? Fine thing that'd be. Truth is, Willie just ain't very good at using banks, and that's no crime.
Gunshots sound a few blocks away. His eyes widen. He kicks the car into gear and roars off, shouting into his radio.
Yeah, no shit.
You get to the bank several minutes later. There's a crowd gathered round the entrance, blocking your view. But the action's over. A woman turns to you.
Someone came in waving a shotgun. Willie was there, put him down, but... Poor Willie.
All right, what do we got? Mason, chapter 2.
First, Ma and Pa wanted me and Paul on the front lines. They wanted someone to be proud of, and I did as they asked.
Oh, that was probably not a good...
Then the government wanted me to take an IOU, and I did. When there were no more jobs, I, along with thousands of others like me, went and asked Hoover to pay up. General MacArthur was so scared of us, he brought in goddamn tanks to keep us from tearing apart DC. But anyway, do you know any good sad stories? True ones?
Yeah. We got lots. We'll use our staples.
I wish I could talk about what happened in the trenches the way you do. Might help someone to understand. Sadness? It didn't come immediately. When Paul died, it left me feeling like half of me was missing. You don't get a connection like that. You can't go back and get another twin. The emptiness didn't last. It filled itself with sadness not long after. Do you know any happy stories? Hopeful ones? For a moment there, just a moment, I felt better about it all too. The future? When I was young, I worried about the future. But now, running all on autopilot and fumes, I've got no control over it. So worry has become me. So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
What, do you think I'm a joker?
Well, morning's come.
Rude.
The road takes me this way next. Wish it were taking me home. The family always did like Paul more anyhow. Loyalty to him is the only loyalty I don't regret. Even the other soldiers of the bonus army. They had families to go back to. I got my sister Jessie, and she's not letting her gimp brother home anytime soon.
Follow him down. Along the Erie Canal. Alright, back to Cleveland. Here we are, once again. Mason, chapter 3. Crippled, but... This guy only has 3 chapters. Oh.
When everything
Yeah.
has left you, all that remains is a peculiar peace.
He's got his current self and his army soldier self. I've heard of that before. People who serve in the army, the form of PTSD.
It's hard to keep it, especially considering the panic that comes on sometimes. Sometimes when it's hard to breathe. Truthfully, the leg being gone is bad enough, but the way people look at you, that's when I miss being whole the most. Have any exciting kind of story? My memories get my adrenaline up, but they're not exactly fun.
The stories. No, that's not exciting. Hopeful. Paul Bunyan. Good old Paul Bunyan.
You're fun to listen to, you know? A good distraction, anyway. Home, well, what heartless greedmonger decided what plants get to be beautiful and what plants are weeds, anyway? Who said that peony has cash value, but a dandelion is worthy of being torn from its home? So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones. Yeah, Paul would have liked that one. The past still lives in me. Don't tell anyone, friend. But the terrors come in the night, and in the day. It's like I'm in the trenches again, surrounded by the dead. Then the terrors pass, and I'm on the road. And the road brings me peace. But then the night comes, and the dead come again. Tell me a happy story. Something to make the world seem kind. For a moment there, just a moment, I felt better about it all too. They say that God has unconditional love. I don't doubt it, but my love for him is not. Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
Jokes, huh?
Wish I could tell that one to my sister. Joy is a clean garden, a clean life, with my favorite plants all growing together proudly. I'm not sure that I'm capable of enjoying people anymore, but the plants are good company. Do you know any happy stories? Hopeful ones?
Hopeful stories, huh? Man, I don't know about that. You kinda... Oh, there we go. Newborn baby was strong and wrecked the house.
I liked that one. There's some hope left for you too, you know. Don't give it away too quickly. Family? It all comes back to Paul. If I wouldn't have lost him, I wouldn't have lost my home, my job, my life. My family thinks I could have saved him, but they weren't there. But if they were right, before the war, I had Paul. I wasn't often alone. After the war, it wasn't only my family turning away from me. It was our government turning from what they couldn't bear to see. But remember, no matter what happens to you, you will always have the solidarity of the road and the earth. They will never deny you their company.
Man, that is a sad story. Whew. Alright, so we got one left to do. One left. Over here on the east side. Jacksonville, nope. Boston. Yeah, I think Boston is. Yeah, just gotta head southwest a little bit. Turn it around. See it off in the distance. Hold left control to whistle. If you mash up the notes, you'll walk faster. I don't really want to do that because I like the music. I don't like the whistling. Last person though. That's exciting. Gonna see the end of the game here soon. Hey, fortune-telling bird has turned into a bird which, for good or ill, will tell the future of the people. I think that I couldn't catch it. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Upgrade. Change Pico Spill, the cowboy who tamed the wind, into Pico Spill, who rode a tornado up and down the Midwest. I remember hearing that one when I was a kid. Pico Spill. Alright. We have Little Ben, Chapter 2. The Wind.
I don't know you from anyone.
Huh?
But maybe in the end that don't matter so much, so long as we're after the same things. Little firelight, little morsel, a minute or two of company.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got much, and I sure ain't got more than that. I'll share what I have.
He ain't got much, and he ain't got more than that. What?
You'll do the same for a stranger one day by and by.
I do that all the time, buddy.
See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs.
See dogs? Boy, oh boy. Exciting. Oh, bunny. Let's do the jackalope.
You'd be popular at mealtime where I'm from. You'd keep a whole crew glued, I bet. This country? Pretty here. How many human bodies you think it's built on? I'm just being figurative. Mostly. Anyway, I need something to laugh about. You got any funny ones?
Funny ones. Funny ones. Story of the vulgar ghost trapped in a bottle.
You are a pretty funny one, you know that?
You know, people tell me that.
Joy is when you speak up for your brother, and then he speaks up for you. If you gotta stand on a firing line, to know you won't be standing alone. I need a laugh. Know any good jokes?
Yeah. Good joke. Creole witch asking passers-by to deliver her curses. Doesn't seem like a funny one, but it actually is.
You got some wit, stranger.
It's because it started out as a person who couldn't figure out the directions on a letter. It didn't really seem funny to me then, but it is.
Choice? I didn't have one. I had no family left. Nothing was really mine. I suppose I could have just took off when the company men came down and shot at us.
Oh boy. You know, sometimes I think that these stories, when they get upgraded, should change. It's not really funny anymore, you know?
I got nothing to tell you, except the thought never did cross my mind. I must be stupid as they said we were for organizing. Stupid. I reckon just like one of the horses. See anything exciting out there?
Now we're gonna leave you. Not for me.
I'm heading out. Up this way. Still can't say exactly where I'll be tomorrow. You ever get a loose thread, and when you pull it the whole works come apart? Every one of us gets mastered by something. You try to get out from under it. What if you never get to know if you done right? You ever, you know?
Okay, yeah, go northwest. Camera which revealed he was soon to die is the camera which killed those it photographed. Probably gonna change into a camera that steals people's souls. Gunfire that fills the streets of Chicago has changed into Chicago, where the law means nothing and gangsters hunt the cops for support. Yeah. Alright, we got Little Ben, Chapter 3, Union Dues. Got.
You're free to sit
Holy
down
shit.
by me here as anywhere. Wouldn't that be something if that were true?
Oh, that is interesting. That is cool. I like the imagery in these pictures.
Fact is, I ain't safe for you. You get found with me tonight, they'll think you're Union too, no matter what you tell them. Even when it seems we're all alone, and you've done nothing to deserve it, you ain't free. I do appreciate the company. If we make it through the night, be sure to say you ain't never met me. For us both.
Hey, you know what? I'm a skeleton, so they couldn't kill me if they wanted.
See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs.
Seen dogs. Fighting, huh? Bunyan. Old Paul Bunyan.
You'd be popular at mealtime where I'm from. You'd keep a whole crew glued, I bet. Home. Imagine anyone could cross your threshold and no Baldwin dogs come sniff about it. Imagine a little bit of land to do whatever you like. Look around us right now. Tonight, skyline coming together with the tree line, black and blue as a spent breath, sweet as you please. Just seems like there's so much of it, like it goes on near forever. Seems fair for each of us to get a square, don't it? Till you dare hope.
Yeah, you would think so.
See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs.
Seen dogs. Titan. Let's just use our wild cards to get this finished up, huh?
Brings me back. There was a time when me and Big Ben could just enjoy exciting stories like this one. Innocent. Travel? Where are you from, stranger? If you don't mind, you got the face of someone who's running to, not from.
You know what? We've been all over this great country of ours.
That must seem strange to you. All this talk about work while all I do is run. Where will you go? What will you earn? Got any funny stories? Must have a couple.
Wild card.
You got some wit, stranger. The future keeps me going. Last night, I slept lying in the mud like hunted animal when a sound come and wake me. I thought, it's Baldwin dogs, though if it had been, I wouldn't have got me up again, and here I am. Howl rips through the dark, sounded like someone crying, no, no, no. I woke up with a chill, but it's still the best dream I've had since I left home. I reckon it's a premonition. Someone asked the people, are you going to go on and keep taking it? And all together, the living and the dead were rising up to say no, no, no. See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just seen dogs.
So he just seen dogs. Pico's Bill rode a tornado up and down the Midwest. That's exciting.
You'd be popular at mealtime where I'm from. You'd keep a whole crew glued, I bet. Freedom. At the end of the day, I just want to say where my bones go. Don't seem like too much to ask. Anyway, I need something to laugh about. Got any funny ones?
Funny ones, huh? Good one. This is the last one we got. Funny, funny, funny. Funny, funny. So are the singers who sing their disgusting, lustful songs during a church service. I'm sure he'll appreciate them.
Oh boy, you watch out now or I'll start chuckling. Joy, one thing they never tell you in the Union is that it's hard to put your hand out to another. Frightful even. You don't know the road that runs from their fingers to their heart. But when they take your hand back and hold it, you know you've seen something in each other. That's what being alive is all about to me. Hey, what's freedom mean to you? You can sit here with me tonight, break my bread, stoke the fire, count the stars, and then maybe I'll keep the first watch. It's a sign of friendship, and you keep the next. We make it on like that till the sunrise and we're close enough to free, ain't we?
Awesome. Oh. Firewolf, Chapter 3, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine.
Congratulations. You finished your task.
Oh.
I hope in the end you at least found it fulfilling. Hearing stories is important work. Everyone wants to be heard, and so few are listening. Let's talk once more before you go your way.
Alright. Here are all of our stories. Shaw's Life and Times.
Will there be someone else telling you what to do after this? I don't know. I truly don't.
We got August's Tale.
All those other people's stories are in your past now. Is it time for your story?
We got Rose's Search.
I know even less about what the future holds for you than I did before.
Got Bertha's Displacement.
You were part of our strange little family for a little while. Now you make your way out of it again. We'll miss you.
Got Cassidy's Verse.
There was so much love in the stories you collected, but so rarely without pain. Well, that is it then. The last night of your journey. And here you go, off into a new adventure. I hope the journey was valuable, and maybe the destination as well. Goodbye.
Oh, the fuck? He ate me. Bastard dog ate me. Well, that was something.
If I turn my eyes from these cold blue skies, won't stay my worry, won't calm or quell.
I can say my piece, I can barter my tale, won't ease my burden, but I might as well. There's a heavy hand laid across this land, and it steers my journey and it guides my pen. Press on, head high till the ink is run dry, 'cause my story ain't like to wind home again. Well, I'll beat my drum till my last day come, where the mountain meets the sea. Yeah, the earth will shake, but the bow she break won't put no fear in me. 'Cause I see land on high, so up in my final line. Sky will shimmer and sun will shine, where the water tastes like wine. Well, I've wandered round and there's a code I found, says a gentle manner and a righteous way.
This pair you'll need if you follow this creed. She'll see you through until the judgment day.
But there ain't no law under tooth and claw in the nest of vipers or the lion's den. You can holler and wail till the echo goes stale. Ain't Wayne or man are gonna save you then. But I'll beat my drum till my last day come, where the mountain meets the sea. Yeah, the earth will shake, but the bow she break won't put no fear in me. 'Cause I see a land on high, so up in my final line. Well, stories end and I'm closing mine, where the water tastes like wine.
Direwolf was done by Sting. What?
Water still, and you feel that thrill, for the open trail has slipped away.
When the words won't flow, when your fingers run slow, when the song you carry goes dull and gray. Well, there's a place I've seen where the soul burns clean, and the verse it's singing rings pure and true. So cry no more, you just open that door. These shores of plenty gonna welcome you. And I beat my drum till the last day come, where the mountain meets the sea. Yeah, the earth will shake, but the bow she break won't put no fear in me. 'Cause I see a land on high, so up in my final line. I've said my fill and I'm feeling fine, where the water tastes like wine.
I like the music too. Cool. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I come back, we'll be seeing Vermintide. I'll be playing Vermintide with my good buddy Merc504. So, if you have any interest in that, stay tuned. I will catch you all in a bit.